Caitlin Clark didn't just stop by Travis and Jason Kelce's New Heights podcast. She took it over.
Joining us today for a special edition of New News is the 6-foot guard from Iowa. She's the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history, the first overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. She's a two-time WNBA All-Star, 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year, the 2024 Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, and she is the first and now last guest of New Heights in the 2025 season.
In one of her most revealing conversations yet, Caitlin Clark sits down on New Heights and opens up about everything fans have been waiting to hear. The truth behind her signature shoe, what it was really like coming back after a season derailed by injuries, how Team USA fits into her future, and why this next chapter of her career feels different. It's honest, it's funny, and at times, it's surprisingly raw. This isn't just another athlete interview. It's Caitlin Clark pulling back the curtain. And once you hear what she shares, you'll understand why this conversation had everyone talking. Stick around because Caitlin will make a big announcement about her upcoming shoe. Are you excited for Caitlin's signature shoe? Let us know down in the comments below.
Let's go!
92%ers, please welcome back to the show, Caitlin Clark!
I'm back. I'm honored you guys brought me back on. I must have not been too bad the first time, I guess.
Permanent invite.
For Caitlin Clark, the Nike moment didn't arrive overnight. It was years in the making. When the conversation turns to her new campaign, she makes it clear this wasn't about a flashy ad or a quick headline. This was the start of something much bigger. A signal that her relationship with Nike is entering a new chapter, one that stretches far beyond a single commercial and into a long-term vision. As she explains it, this rollout isn't the finish line. It's the runway for everything that's coming next, including the signature shoe fans have been waiting on.
We're honored to be a part of your Nike launch, being a part of the commercial that is. How's it feel? How's it feel to finally have it all out there? And I know it was a long time coming.
Definitely a long time coming, like been in the works for quite some time. And obviously this is kind of launching like a whole year where my shoe eventually will come out. Wearing it on the court this coming season. So
nice.
That's probably what I'm most excited for, but like just getting the people more excited with the logo. And obviously I already have some merch out, which you're proudly rocking, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
What makes this moment hit differently is how personal it is. Caitlin describes the ad as a true reflection of who she is, not a manufactured version, but her story, her people, and the journey that brought her here. You can hear the pride in her voice when she talks about finally seeing that vision come to life, and the excitement builds when she looks ahead to what it means to actually lace up her own shoe on the court. It's not just about wearing Nike, it's about wearing hers.
So exciting. And a lot of the people that were obviously in the commercial, you two, and Travis Scott was in it. My college basketball coach was in it. And then just some other people that have kind of like been huge fans throughout my career or, you know, have been a part since I was either in high school or now professionally. So I felt like the ad was like very me. So that was super cool. And it was fun to shoot and, you know, just really thankful that everybody was a part of it and especially you guys. So you made it fun. You brought the energy.
The conversation shifts when Caitlin opens up about what this past year really demanded of her. It wasn't just one setback, it was a cycle of injuries that tested her patience, her mindset, and her love for the grind. She's honest about how draining it was, but there's no bitterness in her reflection. Instead, there's clarity. A recognition that frustration is part of the journey, and that growth sometimes comes from being forced to slow down when all you want to do is play.
Should we talk back on the basketball court a little bit?
Let's get into it.
So back on the court, Team USA practice. How you feeling?
It was fun, obviously, to get back out there. It had been a minute. So like it was just obviously a long and like tough year of reoccurring injuries. And like you guys know how that goes. Like when you get one nagging thing, it kind of leads to another. So it wasn't obviously how I envisioned it. And it stunk, but like we still kind of found a way. Like our team, like we had like 6 of our players go down with injuries. It was unreal. And we still had a great year, made it to the semifinals. And yeah, we were like a game away from the finals. And so that was pretty impressive considering kind of what we went through.
What grounds her perspective is the bigger picture. Caitlin points to what the Indiana Fever endured together, a season where bodies dropped, rotations shifted, and adversity never let up. And yet, they kept going. They stayed competitive. They stayed connected. When she talks about being just one game away from the finals, it reframes everything. The injuries didn't define the season, the resilience did. And in that moment, her comeback story isn't about sympathy or survival.
It was a long process to like just get back on the court because when you have like the groins and the, you know, quads and whatever you're dealing with, it's like you don't run for a while. So like it's weird like learning to run again in a way. And then on top of that, like going to like play versus the best players again and like just getting tossed out back into the fire. But it was fun. Like, I mean, I probably wouldn't have wanted any other way. Like you get thrown back out there with the best players in the world and you see like you're right where you were before you got hurt. And it was only 3 days. So it was cool. And it was at Duke, which is obviously one of the most historic basketball places ever. So that was a pretty cool thing too. And kind of kicks off like the next cycle for like preparing for the Olympics. And then we have the World Cup in 2026.
When Caitlin starts talking about Team USA, the tone sharpens. There's no easing back in, no feeling things out. She describes it as getting thrown straight back into the fire, surrounded by the best players in the world, where every rep matters and nothing is given. It's a reminder that this level demands instant readiness, not comfort.
So hopefully I'm on the team for that. And obviously my goal is to be on the Olympic team in 2028. So it feels like it's far away, but it's probably actually way closer than it sounds.
And then she makes it clear. This isn't short-term thinking. Caitlin lays out her vision with precision. World Cup in 2026, Olympics in 2028. No hype, no guarantees, just intent. It's the sound of a player who isn't just focused on the WNBA season ahead, but on building a global resume. One goal, one cycle at a time.
We see you in this picture with Cameron Brink rocking number 17.
I know.
Where'd the 17 come? Was that just a jersey
I didn't get
that
to pick,
you get?
but
I was about to say for these practices, they kind of
17's
just
not
hand
the
you
best
over.
number ever. I wouldn't have picked that.
Then Caitlin goes on to explain how the infamous number 17 came about.
So the players that like have been on the national team prior get to continue wearing their jersey, like that practice number jersey or their jersey, obviously until like they're done playing on the Olympic team or whatever happens for the next Olympics. And then all us newcomers, there's a lot of young people at that camp. We just get assigned a random number. I guess I got 17. Nobody asked me, but it was fine.
All right, so are you just stuck in 17 now in perpetuity though? Do you get to change it maybe in the future?
So if I eventually make the team, it's weird, like because international basketball, that you only, I think it's 4 through 15. Those are the only numbers. So you have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What?
Isn't that weird?
Wow.
Like you don't
Is
get to
that
pick.
real?
Yeah, well, at least for
That's
the United
crazy.
States. Yeah.
I did not know that.
And then she shared this cool story.
Because when I've played junior national teams in the past, we have like a bag tag, like a sticker on your backpack, and it says like all the players that have worn your jersey. So it'd be like,
so dope.
if you're number 6, it'd be like LeBron. I think he was number 6.
dope.
Or like,
Yeah.
and then you'd have the women's players and obviously all the men's players, which is really cool. You get to see who kind of has worn your jersey.
After talking about competing with the best in the world, the conversation takes a turn towards something a little more lighthearted. And that's where the dunking debate comes in. Caitlin breaks it down with a laugh, explaining why dunking isn't exactly on her resume, and why that's perfectly fine. As Jason Kelce jumps in with his usual chaos, the banter makes it clear. Dunking might look cool, but it's not the measuring stick for real hoopers.
Do you feel more comfortable that I could maybe dunk in a few weeks or get better at
In
shooting?
a few weeks? Oh boy. Is that what we're calling that? All you need is a few
30
weeks.
days.
30 days. 30 days is what I'm going for.
Oh gosh. Trav, can you still dunk, you think?
Are you kidding me? You name it. I go between the legs right now. No, not all like that. I can definitely dunk though. I'll have that in the bag till I'm at least like 50, I think. Jason, I told him he had to lose at least 20 pounds and get the technique down perfectly.
I think you can do it though. I think you need to start with like a tennis ball. Then you get the tennis ball, you go to like a volleyball, then you go to a basketball.
Okay. All right.
Work your way up.
Caitlin leans into the joke while still dropping knowledge. She explains that shooting is something anyone can actually learn, while dunking is mostly about genetics and timing. And once she starts talking about bad shooting habits, the tone shifts into full big sister mode, in the best way. She jokes about how messed up people's form can get when no one fixes it early, and how those habits stick with you way longer than you think.
I mean, don't ask me. I obviously don't dunk. Heck no. I could maybe like grab the rim, but like I'm not anywhere close to that. I just shoot threes and that's good.
Shoot it from anywhere.
How easy is it for somebody to learn how to shoot who can't shoot? Just hypothetically speaking, not for myself.
Honestly, like, I feel like if you're willing to like learn, and like that's the problem I feel like with a lot of like young kids and like young basketball players, their form is like so jacked up, but like I feel like it's a pretty easy thing to pick up on like from a young age. So that's always what I tell like young kids, like make sure your form is always good, and then you like kind of work your way back. But that's what I would always say the most important is.
Then comes the classic dad story. Caitlin laughs about how she used to get annoyed growing up because her dad wouldn't let her just pull from the logo. While everyone else was impressed, he was focused on her mechanics, slowing her down, correcting her form, and refusing to let her chuck bad shots. At the time, she hated it. Now, she's sitting on a podcast explaining basketball fundamentals to Jason Kelce, which might be the clearest proof that it worked.
I would get mad at my dad when I was a young girl because he wouldn't let me like just launch threes because like my elbows would be out like this. I'd be like throwing it like that because I wasn't strong enough, and then it like ruins your form, and then you have those habits like going on through the rest of your career. So, but I mean, if you're like willing to learn, and like I think that would be easier than learning to dunk if you like couldn't jump. Like you're trying to like become explosive again, I guess. I feel like standing there and being like this would be a little easier.
You said that you're wearing the new kicks coming up this season.
Yeah.
I honestly, for everyone that doesn't know like the process that goes into like making the sneakers, like how long in advance has it been, or like when does it all start? Do they come to you with a shoe, a bunch of shoes? Do you kind of get to tweak them here and there? How is that process?
Caitlin makes it clear that the signature shoe decision wasn't about speed. It was about substance. She reveals that Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour all came to the table with signature offers, but she wasn't interested in rushing something that would last her entire career. For her, Nike meant patience, precision, and getting it right the first time.
I think it's honestly been like probably one of the coolest things I've got to do since, honestly, the process started at the end of my senior year when I was at Iowa, because I was deciding what shoe company I was going to go with. And I talked to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, and they all offered me a signature shoe, obviously some faster than others. And you know, everybody knows Nike makes the best product. It just kind of takes a little bit longer. And so I grew up wanting to be a Nike athlete. Every kid does. Nike, Jordan, like that's the premier brand, and everybody knows that.
What really stands out is how intentional she is about identity. Caitlin doesn't want a recycled template or a shoe that feels borrowed from someone else's legacy. She's clear that this isn't about recreating a Kobe-style model. It has to feel unmistakably her. From the silhouette to the story behind it, she wants the shoe to match how she plays and who she is.
It's probably been like a year and a half now of like figuring out what exactly I want. And I think probably the most challenging part of it is like you want it to be unique, but at the same time, like I have to be comfortable wearing it. So I think you kind of take what you know you're comfortable in. Like obviously I play in a lot of Kobe's, but at the same time, I don't want it to be a Kobe. I want it to be something very unique to me and a little bit different. And I think for myself, like, you know, I kind of think about like what's kind of been important to me when I think about like shoes or sneakers. And I think like just the chaseability of them, and like you want a certain sneaker or like you want a certain colorway. So I think that's like going to be probably the most fun part. Like, okay, great. Like you have like the mold of the shoe and like what it is and the technology that's in it. But more so, I think I'm more excited about like making the certain colorways or collabing with certain brands or whatever it is.
And it's not just about looks. She dives into the tech with the same attention to detail she brings to the court, explaining that performance matters just as much as aesthetics. The cushioning, the feel, the innovation, all of it has to serve the game.
Were you super involved in that process as well?
Yeah, for sure. And like, obviously I'm pretty like picky about what I wear. Like I like a certain two Kobe models. So like I knew whatever I was going to put in my own shoe, it needed to be like the equivalent of that technology or even better. And it's going to be even better. I'm not going to say exactly what it is because I think it'll get people excited about it. And I think even like the Chinese market, like I was talking to some people at Nike, like over in China, like they'll cut open the inside of the Kobe's and like show people the technology that's on the inside of the shoe, because they're like, that means a lot to them. Like they want to know what they're getting out of the product.
Right.
Wow.
So I thought that was like really fascinating.
Cut that open? That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. So it better be made well.
When she says the technology going into this shoe is something Nike's never done before, you realize this isn't branding talk. It's a hooper obsessing over every detail, and that's exactly why it matters.
I know I need that technology everywhere. So that's honestly been a huge part of, you know, the process in the creation of the shoe is like it being comfortable and exactly kind of what I need. And the technology that we're going to put into it isn't anything that they've ever put into a basketball shoe before. So I'm really excited about that.
That's exciting.
And when you step back and look at this interview as a whole, it becomes clear why Caitlin Clark continues to resonate far beyond the box score. This wasn't just about a shoe or an injury comeback, or even basketball strategy. It was about mindset, about patience when things don't move fast, about caring deeply enough to do things the right way, about staying grounded while the world gets louder around you.
Hey, Caitlin, you're a pretty good basketball player, but you make it from here.
Jason, show them how you make it rain from downtown.
Can you hit it from here, Caitlin? Gotta make your free throws.
From right here.
Yep. Holla.
Bet you can't do that, Caitlin.
Anyone else?
Whether she's joking with the Kelce brothers, breaking down fundamentals, or talking through the long road back from injury, Caitlin comes across as someone who knows exactly who she is and where she's headed. She's not chasing moments, she's building something. And if this conversation was any indication, the next chapter isn't just going to be big, it's going to be intentional. Are you excited for Caitlin's signature shoe? Let us know down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.